How do you start your homeschool day? I have figured out what works for us. We do a morning basket, but not the kind of morning basket you maybe have heard before. So, what's in my morning basket? What do we do every single day? So, I wanted to start our day in a good way. I have a 5.5-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a baby. So, we are gently starting homeschooling, but my 5.5-year-old is ahead and very interested because for 4 years he's wanted to be an astronaut and he knows he has to be really good at math and science and engineering to do that. So he's really focused. But we start first with a question of the day. We've actually very much enjoyed this book, and they're cute questions like if you could live inside, sorry, if you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would you choose? If every time you sneeze, something funny happened, what would it be? Right. And so I think these questions are a great way to start in a connected, just silly way. Brings up great conversations. We do that every day. The other thing we do every day is these affirmation cards. So I don't love these. I'm still looking for ones that I love better, but I do appreciate that they give a challenge. So I have a positive attitude. I'm going to say one positive thing that happened today. And so I like how they give. There's one that I really liked the other day was I can be brave. I'm going to do one thing hard today. And so I love that. Then we only do these things, the next few things weekly, but we do review them every day. So we pull a thoughts and emotions card. We like the ninja series. Some people do the dot series, but talk about what your hardest day was and why. If you could have one superpower, what would it be? What do you tell yourself when you're scared? And so there are different thoughts and emotions cards. And again, we try to review the one we pull them Tuesday because I work on Monday. We pull them Tuesday, and then if I have or can borrow the book, I will pair it with the book. And that gives strategies. How do you know you're feeling the feeling? And then what to do. Really want to emphasize regulation. I also have these mindfulness cards. These are bedtime ones, but I couldn't find my daytime ones. And so we try to bring in regulation. But again, pull it once a week and then practice it throughout the week. And lastly, manners and citizenship. It was really important to me to teach rather than punish, right? I'm trying to kind of break the cycle of how I was parented. And so these things are if you hear someone calling someone else names, if you notice the dog bowl is empty, you see someone's hands are full and they're going towards a door, what could you do? And so it brings up conversations about being a good citizen, being kind, being helpful, rather than saying, that's not kind, right? That's not going to work. We have to develop and build those skills. So this is my way of developing and building skills and getting into the educational day, into the homeschool day, and weaving homeschool into our lives, right? That was really hard to conceptualize. It doesn't have to be an 8 to 4, right? We can weave it into our lives, and this is how we start.